The Indiana Pacers, yes, the team that is actively practicing black magic, is 2 wins away from an NBA championship. How is this even possible? A ridiculous performance from their bench last night with Bennedict Mathurin absolutely going off, and then your grandpa's favorite NBA player, TJ McConnell, having a ridiculous night. And it's all because the Pacers were once again phenomenal when it came to closing this game out. Down the stretch, they just made play after play. It started with this Tyrese 3 here with about 6.5 minutes left to give them a 3-point lead. Then going to Turner down low on the block. He gives them a 3-point lead once again with about 5.5 left. And then they start to expand upon this lead. And this time it's Andrew Nembhard. It's different guys at different times. But here with about 5 minutes left, a 3-point lead. He's going to attack the drop coverage of Chet Holmgren, get to his spot, hit a little step back, and that's a really tough shot that Nembhard gets to drop. And then it's Tyrese once again getting downhill, misses the floater, but Obi Toppin from the top rope. And this is such a huge play because if they don't get this putback rebound, OKC's got a chance to make it a 1-possession game once again. Instead, Obi flies in and dunks it, makes it a 7-point game with 4 minutes left, and then gets the stop on the other end. This is perfect drop coverage against this screen by Jalen Williams. This is why they went to Obi late instead of Pascal on this possession, because he can guard on the pick and roll better. And then Rick Carlisle gets Pascal back in, knowing how to manage the game. This time, Haliburton hits Nesmith with a big time 3, and then Miles Turner with a huge defensive possession. Now there's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Chet starts to panic. He gets downhill and just gets swallowed up by this Pacers defense, and then Pascal ends it here with the dagger with about a minute left. It's truly closer by committee, but Pascal was opening this game for sure for the Pacers. He had their first 6 points and 9 of their first 13, finished with 21, 6, 4, and 2 in 31 minutes on 8 of 14 shooting from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. Tyrese has been a bit inconsistent, but Pascal has been the rock they've leaned on every single game so far, and this is what they love to do. They love isolating Pascal on a guard. Because the Thunder run this 4-guard lineup, there's always going to be a guard on Pascal. This time it's SGA. He just gets to his spot, elevates over him, and knocks it down. And then this time he's in the torture chamber, but it doesn't matter. He's going to half spin out of it into a step back, and that's a ridiculous shot for a 6'9" guy to be hitting. And Lou Dort, there's nothing he can do in this situation. That's just a fantastic shot. Good defense, better offense. TJ McConnell, the spark plug, we're going to talk about him more later, finds Pascal, sets him up for an easy bucket. And then this time they post Pascal up, but they cut off of it. This time they've got Caruso on him, so Aaron Wiggins is looking to dig down. Ben Mathurin's going to cut right behind it as TJ McConnell takes his guy out of the play, and Mathurin gets the layup to go. Could have been an and one right there. And then Siakam with the last couple of buckets late. We talked about the dagger here to make it 8, and then this one just to put an exclamation point on it right here. Haliburton had probably his best game of the finals so far. He finished with 22 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, just one shy of a triple-double in 36 minutes, and he was getting some tough buckets. This OKC Thunder defense has been giving him trouble, but he showed tonight, he's got that pure hooper gene in him. He can get buckets, was 9 of 17 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, did have 4 turnovers, and one was very costly at the end, or could have been very costly, but the Pacers were able to recover from it. That's a tough split right there, getting downhill, and then the pass fake into the 3-ball. That's a tough shot. He loves that shot. And then this is a ridiculous finish. Refusing the screen and then getting downhill and then reading this like an absolute book. If you watch right here, watch the anticipation. He sees Chet rolling. He's just going to jump the gun here and then get downhill rather slowly and get the dunk and then stare at the ball like he just did a windmill or something. But still, great anticipation by Tyrese, and then working off the pick and roll. It's where he is so good, where he is maybe one of the best in the league, is coming off that pick and roll and making a decision. That's a ridiculous shot right there. And then once again, another pick and roll read, finding Nesmith. This is a tough bucket here. He's coming off this little Spanish action where Shea has to slide over to help on Miles Turner, and he kicks to Nesmith, who catches and fires and gets a Mike Breen bang out of it. Obi Toppin was huge last night, getting downhill right here. He only finished with 8.6 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal in 28 minutes, but his plus minus was fantastic. He was clearly a winning player when he was on the court. We talked about Carlisle down the stretch rotating his 3 bigs with Toppin with Siakam and with Turner. We talked about that putback right there. That was huge. And then just being able to play this drop coverage perfectly and shadow Jalen Williams right to the rim. TJ McConnell. I mean, what can you say about the guy? The spark plug off the bench. He is so much fun to watch. He's probably your grandpa's favorite player too. Had 10 points, 1 rebound, 5 steals, and 5 assists in 15 minutes last night. Was a plus 12 in 15 minutes. And his ability to break down this OKC defense, draw two, and that's probably a bad pass, but he finds Siakam somehow and then gets the steal right away from it. If I was Mark Daigneault, I would have blown a gasket last night because TJ McConnell did that 3 times, and then, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Watch the rebound and then watch the anticipation. He's in the air when he throws this pass right over Hartenstein's head to Ben Mathurin. That is maybe one of the best passes I've ever seen. It doesn't look that great, but it is phenomenal. And then once again, his ability to break down the defense. This is purely an isolation bucket that he gets here against Isaiah Joe, maybe the weakest link of that OKC defense, and he gets inside and hits the tough fall away. Then once again, beating Case and Wallace off the dribble, forces Caruso to help in a little bit and finds Ben Mathurin, who, speaking of Ben Mathurin, man, I mean, you can't say enough about him. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal in 22 minutes. We're talking about a guy that half the time is not even in the playoff rotation for whatever reason. Rick Carlisle keeps him on the bench, and then all of a sudden, he comes out and drops 27 in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. He might not even play next game after doing that. It's so inconsistent, but it's insane. 9 of 12 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, was a plus 16, only second to Obi Toppin. And watch this. This is such a great cut as Obi attacks the rim. Look at where he is. He's at the G. In the logo up there, cuts right to the rim, gets the pass from Obi, gets the and one, and then he killed these dudes in the pick and roll. This is a ridiculous finish. As he comes off this Siakam screen, he's reading Hartenstein. Hartenstein drops, he goes with him, and just takes it all the way to the rim for a ridiculous left-handed lay. And then once again, off this time an Obi Toppin screen, Chet drops a little too much, and he's going to pull up and make you pay from the elbow. Once again, look at Chet. He thinks he's attacking downhill. That's just too much space. He pulls up, knocks it down. Big time energy boost for the Pacers, and even doing it defensively. Watch how well he navigates this screen, even though they did get the rebound. He gets right through that screen, gets skinny with it, and he's still attached to Wiggins' hip as he tries to drive in. Gets the deflection. Even though the Thunder got it back, it's still a stop. And then, are you kidding me? Coming off of the top of the screen, little hesitation into a spin move and one. Ridiculous. He was deep into his bag trying to find the fries at the bottom last night. Pulling up from 3 right here. This is a big possession to give the Pacers a 2-point lead. Chet drops a little bit too much. He elevates and celebrates and knocks it down with about 8 minutes left to give the Pacers maybe their first lead of the second half, I believe. Nembhard was good last night. Like we said, he'll give you the loudest 8 points of all time right here. Tap out from McConnell, gets it to go, and then McConnell ended up stealing that inbound, and then the closer down the stretch, it really is closer by committee, but you can guarantee that Nembhard will be in that committee somewhere. Miles Turner was pretty solid down the stretch. I needed one more turnover for my parlay. Didn't quite happen, but still, this was fantastic defense at the end, like we said, with 2 minutes left. 2 rejections, and then Chet drives in, and I don't even know what that was. They get the stop. Yeah, the Pacers are 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. Never thought I would be saying that. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.